The holographic matrix of the unified field of consciousness is one self. This is the macrocosm from which all duality endlessly flows. It is an ever-evolving conscious self that evolves within time and space as time and space and duality continuously flow out of it. You can compare this to a line that never ends, an analogy of a line that has no beginning, no end. It is the I am that I am, the beginningless, endless self, of which we all share as one, and of which all particles and all matter of duality arise. This macrocosm of the self never dies. It is the essence that flows through all things, of which we are beyond time and space, and of which all of time and space and duality endlessly emerge. It is the endless I am that I am essence that does not know what it means to exist, but endlessly experiences the gratitude of forever endlessly being that which is life itself through its perceptions of time and space. It does not again know what it means to exist. You cannot quantify or define this essence. In Buddhism, they refer to this primal essence, the macrocosm from which all things emerge, as the nothingness that has infinite possibilities from which all manifestations arise. It is the Tao, the endless self mentioned in the Tao Te Ching, that flows continuously and endlessly evolves, the one self. In Buddhism, it is also called the Om, or the endlessly evolving Om, one self presence. In Hinduism, it is called the Aum vibration from which all manifestations arise. In the Kabbalic mystic tradition, it is called the Amen essence. All of these things are speaking of the same primal self, that which all duality and all within time and space endlessly flows. This is who you are beyond time and space. That which you are as the macrocosm within time and space arises from that one macrocosm. You are a microcosm of this macrocosm. And in this illustration, I have the macrocosm as that line to illustrate it. Now this is just an analogy to help you to grasp it. The soul is a microcosm of that macrocosm. Now, consciousness exists as a unified field, as they call it in quantum physics, the unified field that flows through all things. Yet it is a wave and the particle. The particle is the collapsed portion of that unified field. That is the observer and the observed within duality. But this arises from the wave of the field. You are non-dual and dual. At this point in your perception of where you are within time and space, you perceive yourself within duality. You perceive that you have an observational point of awareness, and you perceive that which surrounds you. That is where the soul within the one self finds itself as. It is the microcosm of this macrocosm. Now, every perception that ever transpires within the macrocosm, everything that unfolds and is experienced within duality, even though it may not be your soul's specific experience or your soul's specific perception, all of the perceptions of time and space flow instantly into the holographic matrix of consciousness and in turn flow through all manifestation. That is one reason why in Christianity they would say, and Christ would say, the kingdom of heaven is within you. It is within you, and it is also all around you. It is holographic, and it is ever evolving. As it evolves, you evolve, even if from your individual perception of observational awareness within time and space it may not seem that way. You are inseparably connected to that macrocosm. I have here in this illustration the horizontal line representing the macrocosm that is beginningless and endless, the I am that I am presence that flows through all things. Now here is a microcosm of that, the soul, and I have the blue circle, the blue dot on that macrocosmic line. Suddenly, within time and space, you find yourself as that observational point of awareness within the one self. You are now the microcosm of that macrocosm. You are able to act for yourself within time and space. And this is the nature of the microcosmic soul within time and space. I have here the Star of David. The Star of David represents the state of Merkaba. It is a perfect balance of the one macrocosm giving through the triangle that is upright to the triangle that is inverted within it. You are the one of those triangles that is inseparably connected to the macrocosm. That is the nature of the soul, or the symbol of the soul that is in harmony with the macrocosmic self. The state of Merkaba in Kabbalic mysticism refers to the state of the microcosmic soul within time and space, behaving and creating just like the macrocosm is. Now, that line that is your soul, that you see yourself as, is brought into time and space by another portion of time and space that is another soul. You are begotten from another soul. Souls within time and space, beyond the embodiment of physicality, have the ability to create out of the one self essence that flows around them, because they are connected to this and inseparably connected to it. They are able to create out of the one self another observational point of awareness, another soul, that then can act for itself within time and space. You are the part of the self that acts for itself within time and space. The one, the macrocosm, if it did not experience the state of duality, would not be able to create or evolve. It is one essence that creates and evolves through its own self within time and space by creating duality, the here and the there, the up and the down, the right and the left, the observer, the perceiver, that which is observed and that which is perceived. That is how the macrocosm evolves. The macrocosm of the primal essence that flows through all things is, as the physicists say, it is both the wave and the particle, that which is unified and that which is dual simultaneously. Both of these are the two sides of the one coin of consciousness. The duality is how the consciousness creates with its own self within time and space. You are made of both. When you are a microcosm or a soul created within time and space, you are able to act for yourself now. When you knew yourself as the primal essence that flows through all things, before the moment your soul was brought into duality, you were that which flows through all things. But you were unable to act for yourself without being in a state of duality. That is why duality flows out of the one continuously, so that the one can interact with its own self within time and space, and forever dream the experience of what it means to be I am that I am. And that is endless. What it has the potential to become and evolve into is endless in its perceptions. And all of its perceptions are conceived within time and space by the souls that act for themselves, which are microcosms of this self. I want you to notice closely the line that I've drawn that shoots out from the macrocosmic self. That represents you. You have a beginning within time and space, yet you emerged out of the unified field, which has no beginning. So you could look at it this way, that you are the unified field, and you have no beginning and no end. Yet within time and space, you have a beginning. That is the moment your soul is begotten and brought into the state of duality. And that duality, that state of duality, is far beyond just what you perceive in physicality with the DNA embodiment of your soul right now, as it is attached to DNA in an organism that experiences death and suffering. You have a soul that was created and brought into duality before it was embodied in the macrocosmic self. And beyond this embodiment, when that soul, that microcosm that you are, sheds the DNA embodiment that it is encased in now, it can forever be a microcosm of that macrocosm. And if you notice, that line that represents the soul that I have going down never ends either. It never ends. It does not have to